even get to cross.
Welcome to my channel. This is going to be the start of a very large project for me. The idea behind this is I volunteer for the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and we do patrols. We patrol the rivers out in the Gulf, and if somebody breaks down, if we can, we'll tow them in. We'll lend first aid assistance. We'll lend search and rescue capabilities if somebody gets lost, doesn't show up on time. We do a lot here, and unfortunately the only boats we have that belong to us have been donated, so we don't get a choice in the boat that we get. We've got a 17-foot Boston Whaler. It's a great boat for going up in the bay, not so good for going out in the Gulf. And this is scallop season, and as you see, we're a month and 2 weeks into the scallop season, and there's still a ton of traffic going out. And these are boats that sit all year. People don't, unfortunately, do the proper maintenance, and all of a sudden scallop season hits and they jump in it and go. So we get a lot of breakdowns. We get people with bad gas, just engines that aren't maintained and they shut down, bad hoses, air leaks, all kinds of things. One of the other boats we have is another 17-footer, and they're good for patrolling, but when it comes to towing a boat in, they're not so good. They missing the length, they're missing the horsepower. They're kind of low boats, so they can take on water. But my idea behind this project is I grew up on Mako boats. Now, years ago, FWC used Mako boats for their patrol boats. It tells me there's something good about them. They were built, they've got a high freeboard, they're a drier boat, they run great on water that in rougher seas. And so to me, there's just a lot of advantages. Growing up, we had several. We had a 22, we had one other that I think was a 21. Great boats. My idea behind this project is to totally restore a boat, design in the tools we need for the job. Better towing, better cleats, backing for all the cleats so nothing has a chance of pulling free. I'm even looking at the idea of a Samson post or a couple small posts on the corners just to make towing easier. Plenty of storage for safety, plenty of storage for first aid. Have an extra life jackets for when we get out to a vessel that does not have the proper life jackets, and we need to bring them in. Everybody needs to be wearing a life jacket. Age is not a requirement at that point. If we're towing you in, you will be wearing a life jacket. That's just the way we do it. Safety. Safety first and always. So, again, like I said, I'd like to thank y'all to my channel. We're going to get started on this project here in the next few days. I have sourced and located a 1970 22-foot kayak. A buddy of mine from high school has had it for the last 15 years. He bought it. His plans were to restore it. Now, he bought it out of Miami. Like I said, he's had it for 15 years. He got the floor out of it, got rid of the console, started the project, but then life happened. He had a family, had kids. Things happen. So I've been lucky enough to be able to trade him a kayak. That's what he asked for. So I don't have to buy the boat, but I do have to come up with a kayak to trade him. So going forward, you're going to see me finding a kayak and working that deal to give us both what we want out of it. He wants to be able to go fishing. I want to be able to go patrolling and helping people. So we're going to work this through. We're going to make it happen and see how this goes. Again, please subscribe. Please share. Hopefully anybody in the Mako community that loves these boats is going to understand my goals and why I like this boat so much. Anybody else, and if you're interested in helping us out in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, let me know. I'll put you in touch with the right person, and we'll try to get some more volunteers. This is a completely volunteer-based organization. We do not get paid for this. We do it because we enjoy it, and we promote recreational boater safety. We do vessel examinations to make sure people are educated in what they need to have on the water. And the requirements aren't a lot, but you'd be amazed at how many people don't have what they need, or They had what they need when they bought the boat 7 years ago. Items expire. Flares only last 5 years from manufacturer. Not from date of purchase, but from manufacturer. So, every flare is stamped with a date. You've got to check those on a regular basis. You've got to keep them in a dry box, dry container. Something that's going to keep them from getting wet. They get wet, they're toast. They're not going to do any good. So, again, you can see how many boats go out. And it is 10 o'clock on a Saturday. They're out all day. They'll be back. They'll go back out again. So it's a steady flow. It's a steady quantity of boats that need help. So again, I'd like to thank you for coming to my channel. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for this entire build.
Didn't even get to bronze.